All right, let's try. All right, it broke, but it's back. OBS crashed, but we're good. I think we're good. You blame Thermal Rob? All right, I understand. It was him, wasn't it? Are we good?
60% of the time.
Jay's coming in with a 60%. It's totally true. Are we good? We're back? Yeah, we had a little hiccup there in the beginning, but making sure everything's good. All right. It's Waffle Wednesday. Let's go, fam.
Middle of the week, yeah.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mike, shout it all around. Thermaltake waffles cooking so fine. Grab your gear, we're losing track of time. Hit the beat, feet tapping unfazed. It's a hump day party, got us amazed. Thermaltake sizzling up some delight. Heads bopping through the Wednesday night. Hump day, hooray, shout it out loud. Mike, we're feeling so proud. Thermaltake, waffle sweet and hot. Midweek fun, we giving it all we got. Lights flashing, skipping to the groove. Mike, we got nothing to lose. Thermaltake joy, eating every bite. Dancing through the midweek light. Wednesday blues, they can't hold us down. Mike, make the world our town. Thermaltake waffles circle our plate. Middle week madness, this is fate. Oh, rocking it, Mike. Thermaltake waffles, they're what we like. Hump day beat, keep us in flight. Moving and grooving till the daylight. Hit the beat, feet tapping unfazed. It's a hump day party, got us amazed. Thermaltake sizzling up some delight. Heads bopping through the Wednesday night. Hump day, hooray, shout it out loud. Mike, we're feeling so proud. Thermaltake waffle sweet and hot. Midweek fun, we giving it all we got. Lights flashing, skipping to the groove. Mike, we got nothing to lose. Thermaltake joy, eating every bite. Dancing through the midweek light. Wednesday blues, they can't hold us down. Mike, make the world our town. Thermaltake waffles circle our plate. Middle week madness, this is fate.
Your waffle has begun. Get in on it.
Mike.
Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win.
Hump day beat, keep us in flight.
Woo, we got a hype train. Choo-choo. Let's go. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Moving and grooving till the daylight. It's hump day, time to rise and shine. Gonna win some waffles, gonna make a mine. Got my Thermaltake, ready for the ride. Sipping on my coffee, feeling oh so alive. In the waffle wonderland, where dreams come true. Gleaming golden toppings, like morning dew. Good luck is on my side, I can feel it now. Chatting with my crew, we're gonna show 'em how. Waffle Wednesday, we're here to claim our prize. With Thermaltake, it's a roller coaster ride. Leaving waffles, they're the sweetest delight. Good luck, let's win this one day and night. Let's win this one day and night.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Waffle sweetest delight. Good luck, let's win this one day and night. Let's win this one day and night. Wednesday, feeling fine. It's a hump day vibe. Mike, every life from the morning till the night. We keep it going strong. Waffle giveaways, yeah, we're holding on. Building PCs, we're on that tech grind. Stay tuned, watching videos, losing track of time. Live streaming, the squad, we're feeling so free. Hump day's here, let's make some memories. It's a hump day, so let's make some memories. It's a hump day celebration. We're feeling the energy, dancing and singing like we're breaking free. Waffles in our hands, we're living a dream. Hump day, Mike, it's our regime.
So all my Baja Blast friends out there, cheers to you. This Core P6 right here is getting extra thirsty. And hopefully we don't spill everywhere like I just did. But you didn't see that, so. That's what we like to do, ride the line of failure. Oh yeah, smells like Windex. You are watching us attempt to use beer as coolant. Where else can you expect to see that? We're gonna dive in. Thermaltake Live, preventing heartburn and fragging gamers 24/7. Whipped cream's about 26, folks. That matters. Gotta get it up and around the horn. Should I shake? Do I need to shake this? This is butter syrup. This is original syrup. Here we go. Syrup in a PC.
There it is. There it is. No turning back now. Oh.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be like really hard to see it. It's very dark and it's very, very syrupy. If you're not here, you should be. If you're washing your car, you should stop. If you want to walk your dog, you should stop. If I'm on a different tab, you should find me. Quick, I'm over there in Google somewhere. There's a lot of them. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So all my Baja Blast friends out there. Episode of Thermaltake Live. What's good, everybody? Oh, man. Happy hump day, everybody. Oh, that was so much fun. I had to share that. Love the memories, man. Love the memories, dude. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's hump day. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Another glorious Wednesday. Welcome all. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it, as always. And yeah, let me catch up here a little bit. We got Box coming in for 37 months, baby. Pushing that 3 years, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much, Box. Compagoon, let's go. Waffle fries. That was great, dude. Coming in with the 7 months. 30 coming in as well with a 13. Lego my ego, baby. Grasume, aka Mr. Bacon, for the 28 months, dude. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. All the love. Mustang Fishing coming in with a 30 streak, dude. That's 30 weeks in a row, bro. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate all the support. We got a level 2 hype train there on that one. Choo. Let's go, everybody. Thank you so much. Welcome in. You guys like my our little video memory? Dude, that was so cool. It's so neat to look back. So neat to look back on all the good stuff.
It's showtime.
Oh. Why is it not showing up on here? Uh-oh. Something broke already. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing good. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win. We have some giveaways going on later on. We call waffles. If you type exclamation waffle in the chat, either on Twitch or over on YouTube, as we are dual streaming here today, as we have been now, actually for a good bit, right? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Get those waffles in, everybody. Good luck to you. We'll be picking more or less 2 winners here by the end of the stream. We got like about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some wonderful distractions. We got some fun here today for you guys. Talking about coolant testing. The vote is still going, by the way. The vote is still going. Oh, man. Oh, man, I love these songs. I need to make some more. I'm just so itching. I enjoy every single one of them. What's up, YouTube? How's YouTube doing? Get your waffles in over there on YouTube as well, my friends. Welcome. Looks like my chat's working today, too, for both. That's even more fantastic. Let's make sure.
Wake up in a daze.
Happy hump day.
Waffles on my plate, that's what I seek.
Do-do-do-do.
Mike,
It's hump day now.
gotta get through, don't ask me how. Hump day waffles, sweet and gold. Got that syrup, never gets
Oh, no
old.
S's. No S's. You'll get the other one there.
Waffles, no doubt.
Loon. Should get confirmation though once you have entered the waffle. Good luck to you.
Stack so high, butter
Yeah, we added a couple new things. I got some other stuff that I want to do. It's just time, man.
you know
It's just time. Tunes are fire. Thanks so much.
through.
Yeah, I got some other stuff too. A pig sent me actually a video, a cool little song. I didn't have time to get it in yet, but we got some fun coming up. So there we go. All right, yeah, no, okay, YouTube's kicking in. I don't know why YouTube wasn't showing up at first. I think it was because my OBS crashed at the beginning, but waffles are flowing, syrup is flowing, and we're good. I think we're good. And yes, of course, first and foremost in everything, you guys stay safe. From all of us here at the Thermaltake family, please be safe during the hurricanes. Our hearts go out to everybody that's involved with what's going on with the hurricane. So, stay safe, you guys. Be careful, all right? We're here for you as much as we can. But I know it's going to be pretty crazy. We'll be taking a look. You guys be careful, okay? But we're here to distract you with some other type of liquids today. And I think that, and we got a system to get ready for our big debut next week. Next week, we're going to be starting the coolant testing. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Let's, you know what? Let's jump on over here. Let's jump on over here. Oh yeah, whoops, I forgot to I had myself turned off there. Boop. Wow. Hey. Camel plushies coming soon. Order yours now. Pre-order on thermaltakeusa.com. They are 6'5", just like me. Order now with Amazon shipping and save money with Prime subscriptions. Hey, can you pin that one actually, Box, for me? Or Bacon? Can you get those? Can you pin that for me so people can take a look? We have our voting going on. Thank you so much. We have our voting going on. Let's actually, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Here we are. Let me refresh. Let's see if we got any couple more. We got one more entry in there. Let's go. Thermaltake Live. Will it cool? Part 3. Will it cool part 3? Oh, I'm excited to do this again. This is going to be so much fun. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger here so we can take a look. All right. Now, we're going to have some tough decisions here, folks. We're going to have some tough decisions. We need your help. Today, I think today and or tomorrow is the last day to vote. We need your help for some tiebreakers in here. So what we're going to be doing, if you guys just tuning in or whatever, we are doing a very interesting coolant experiments for October. And we came up with a fun little list that you guys recommended. So this is all your fault if it goes bad. But hey, like I said before, we love to ride the line of failure because it's just so much fun to make it work. Am I right, chat? Putting syrup in a PC, beer, a lot of fun little things. It's just makes stuff so much better. My Head and Shoulders did well. Yes, quick stuff. It's up there, my friend. And yeah, I've actually specified Head and Shoulders. I will get Head and Shoulders. We will have a dandruff-free cooling experience that you'll not want to miss. But we got to see how everything goes right now. With 17 votes, we have your favorite, the Slurpee. What flavor? Are we going to do a single flavor? Should we mix and match, chat? How many big gulps do you think I'm going to need? I can't wait to go shopping for this, by the way. I almost thought about doing like a vlog on this to just go to the store. I'm going to have to get Slurpee like day of, you know what I mean? I can't just get Slurpee and put it in the fridge and wait until Wednesday. How on earth can you get heavy water? Oh, I think you can order it. I've seen people get that. Also, I didn't see it. Yep, no, liquid metal didn't make the list. Sorry, good. Apologize. Safety. Safety is our #1 priority here at Thermaltake Live. Blue raspberry, the class. I know, man. Blue raspberry, a cherry. Maybe we should get, you know, there's a lot of fun little flavors that are out there. What if we could do like a pina colada, you know? I mean, get a Ninja slushy machine. Oh, those things are cool. And like do it like right there, like make the slushy like right on stream. If we streamed more than once a week, I'd probably do that. That would be a lot of fun. Just do like a full like we just do this for the next couple of months. Am I right? Who cares about everything else? Let's just keep testing different liquids. But either way, we are coming down to our top 6 as we're going to be testing 2 coolants a week here in October. So get your votes in. I need to know. We need to help finalize this out. We got Slurpee coming in here, 17 votes, #1 right now. And then as you see, we have a 3-way tie for both cough syrup, the Tussin, or I don't know what kind of, we'll have to, I wonder what kind of cough syrup we're going to come up with. I'm going to be putting this in the Discord for the Discord community, because I got to share the love with the Discord community, all the fam that's been over there. You guys get in on that. We'll be taking some suggestions on what brand of cough syrup, if it wins, which it looks like it might. But we have cough syrup with 14 votes. We've got shampoo, aka Head and Shoulders. Oh man, why my head's just itchy all of a sudden. Why my head's so itchy all of a sudden? That's kind of weird. And then we have butter coming in as well as a top contender. That's going to be, I'm actually really excited about butter. That's going to make one hell of a mess of lice. I have to shave my head. And we also have olive oil. Oh my gosh. Should I go to Olive Garden and get some olive oil from Olive Garden? Oh my goodness. But yeah, 14 votes right in there. We got a 4-way tie between butter, cough syrup, shampoo, butter, and olive oil. So that's 5 already, right? And then running up the last one here, we have mouthwash at 13. But you guys know, anything can change. Pumpkin spice is right behind it with 12. We also have some aftershave in here at 11. And that's tied with pickle juice, by the way. And it's also tied with fake blood. So, decisions as far as what we're going to have to do. If we come down to a tie, I don't know, what should I do? If we come down to a tie, we should vote on it, probably. When can we do the vote, though? I'll have to think about that. But either way, get in. A box has got the link tagged there, or pinned there in the chat if you guys want to come over and vote. I'll also drop it here in the chat for everybody to take a look at on both YouTube and Twitch, just so you guys can see that. Got about a day left on that one, so get those votes in, please. Just mix them. You know, we should just take everything and mix it all together into one thing and then just put all that in the loop. It's kind of like a suicide, but it's probably literally like, kind of like, you know, it might not be the best for you know, it's like, the one thing I was thinking about with like the Slurpee is like, you know, once you mix too many Slurpees together, you know, when you get like down to the bottom part of the Slurpee, it just starts turning purple, or it starts turning some dark bluish reddish color, because you more or less have like a blue and a red or something mixed in there. You know what I mean? Some variety of colors. Some variety of colors. And yeah, syrup was definitely not the easiest choice, but we had to do it. We had to do it. So we got that going on. Get your vote on today. You guys can go over there. You can pick up to 6. Like, this is what you'll see. You can go in there. You can pick up to 6 different options. Click the submit button down there to put your entries in. Good luck. Good luck to ya. I guess it's not a contest, huh? That's kind of dumb. I meant that for the waffle, but I wasn't thinking waffle. I have waffles on the brain, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I'm super excited for this. That's good, dude. This is going to be so much fun, you guys. I hope you guys are excited too. We'll have to see how it does. We're going to be putting it to the test, not only to try to get it in the loop, but let's get it in on game and see how much FPS we get. Because you know the coolant matters for your FPS. You know what I mean? Those water levels can be like a 20% FPS difference. You know what I mean? If you didn't know that, then you should be paying attention more here at Thermaltake Live. Some new stuff coming around the corner as well, too. We have the Tower 300 coming in, the limited pumpkin spice edition, aka gravel sand color. That's going to be coming up soon. I'm excited. We got another one of these bad boys coming in with another color, but today it's all about the E550 gravel sand. Now this case is actually a lot of fun to build in. I really like the nice open option for what we're going to be doing specifically with this coolant testing, if you feel me. Don't forget to send me the radiator this year. I don't know. We'll have to see. It might have to be sent off to a lab for testing afterwards. Good. So I think what happened was they just never returned it. You know what I mean? I think they said it was contaminated. I don't know, something. I forgot what the email said. It was a while ago. Maybe that's why my air-cooled builds have normal FPS rates. Yep. And, you know, the type of liquid can matter, you know, in game. You know what I mean? Reaction, latencies, FPS, it all matters. You know, I think NVIDIA's new app even has a feature for it. Like, if you change the settings in the NVIDIA app, you know, you go Alt F3, bring up your filters. There's a syrup filter in there. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Oh, does that? Do I have that? Oh yeah, see, you can go right in here. I don't have the syrup add-on installed just yet, but you know, we got to get in game though too for the filters to really kind of take some nice. I'm just kidding. I really do like that cool feature though of the NVIDIA app, by the way. I think that is a lot of fun. I think that's really, really good. All right. So we have a case that we need to prepare for its survival for our coolant experiments. Ooh, spooky coolant experiments that we have going on here. I got some of the tube work done, so you know what? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. All right. So getting our system all prepared here for our coolant testing experiments. I got a wonderful roller coaster ride set up just in store for our beautiful coolant testing extravaganza. And it should be a lot of fun. Will It Cool Part 3 kicks off next week. And yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens. We're just going to have to see what happens, chat. You got that NV cleaner installed. You know, I don't use any of those cleaners. I haven't used any of those for driver stuff in years now. Most of it, I think, is laziness. I think the other part of it is just it doesn't give me too many problems anymore. So, but yeah, I think the other thing too that's good is I reinstall my OS like every 12 months, give or take. And I think if you're sitting right now, especially if you're watching your waffles and you know that OS is looking a little old and everything, a nice fresh cleanup might be in store. Always keep that in, you guys. You know what I mean? Just like changing the coolant in your loop, you want to give it a nice little yearly flush, possibly oil change, depending on what you want to put inside. But you have a lot of fun little things. I'm still convinced disabling HDCP helps with latency. Okay. It's your latency, your way. And also, by the way, too, we have our new Tower 600 video that came out yesterday featuring moi. We got a fun little build there in the matcha color. Hope you guys like your cooling your way in our Tower 600 video that we just put out. That was a lot of fun. Got to build a couple Tower 600s now in a couple of different colors, actually. So it's actually kind of neat when, you know, you got to do a couple of them, but they're all not the same color. It's like each one's different. Each one has its own little personality, just like our E550 here. I think this bad boy came out pretty cool. We have a lot of prep work and finishing to do on the system. We've cut the tubes and we've gotten everything squared up, but we do still have to do some finishing touches on each tube, get it all cleaned and prepped. And your boy ThermalMike here will be able to try to guide you the best, regardless if you're gonna put something weird or just go straight forward like a normal person and put regular coolant in for your next sweet build. Hopefully these fun little tips and tricks will help you out along the way if you're planning on diving in, whether if you're going CPU cooling, GPU cooling, one or the other. I mean, usually I guess people that do GPU also do CPU for the most part, but I do know a lot of people out there that do just like a CPU cooling solution, mostly because blocks can be a little challenging to find, and it does really kind of raise up the price. But I will tell you, budget aside, cooling water blocking graphic cards really, wow, what a difference that makes. What a difference that makes. What's up, Skull? What did I miss? Nothing yet. Well, you missed our little intro video. I'll play it again later because I actually really like it. I watched it a few times. It was actually really cool. Shout outs to our video editor for helping me out with that. I think that was just amazing. So we have, let me see, we're gonna volume down. We have here our custom loop configuration for our up and coming coolant testing. We have our PR32 D5 pump, and one of the main reasons why I went with this is because of the fact that it's giving me a nice little can reservoir to pour whatever it is you guys come up with and vote on, and it's going to make it nice and easy for me to be able to hopefully change this stuff out. Now, one thing that I did take out of this is not necessarily a practical build, but I did kind of make it like a nice little roller coaster ride, if you can kind of see what I mean. Hopefully we'll have some fun watching this stuff go up around the horn, but we do have some modifications. Like I took out the top here on the PR32, and to be honest, I really like this feature. I know a lot of people that have dealt with ports on the top of a reservoir versus just having multiple ports on the bottom. One of the biggest problems was where those ports will sit, and if I don't want them this way, I want them this way, or maybe even that way, or maybe a little bit more over that way. You have some nice rotational options with the PR32 D5. And of course, you get that D5 performance. The thing's literally a blender, you guys. And we'll be demonstrating that here in the next upcoming streams. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to see that new giant TT water block thing. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, PR32 D5, I got a 40 mil. This is our CLM copper radiator here, 360 size. fits pretty well. The thing I liked about this is that the case can do 420 rads or a triple 140 radiator, but one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to have a little bit of options, a little bit of wiggle room on the radiator space, more or less because I'm gonna have to be able to do maintenance, but not just necessarily your yearly maintenance, but doing maintenance on the fly. So with that in mind, I kind of offset the 360 rad, and one of the fun things that I changed up here is I ended up putting a drain port right here on the bottom, because it's a 5-port rad. You got your 2 ports on each side, so that's your 4 on the top, but then you also got that nice little drain port on the bottom of the radiator. So I took full advantage of that, slapped a 90 on there, and put a nice little drain port. And one of the things I really like about the case is, look at that. I got a nice little spot right there. Get my soft tube in, and we'll be able to drain out whatever it is you guys want to put in. And hopefully that will help us a lot with our maintenance as we rinse and repeat for our coolant testing that we're gonna be excited for. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we got that going on there with that. Of course, I have our W9 CPU water block. It's a transparent variant of it. We do make it in a solid, but it's one of our newer water blocks. Works pretty well, you know, Intel, AMD, it's got all the stuff. Good to go. And so that's gonna be fun in there. Might have to take that apart and clean it. We'll see what's going on. And then, of course, behind that CPU, we have a glorious 14th gen Intel CPU. And we're tying that in with this beautiful RTX 4090 Asus Strix card, by the way, but a 4090 that
Funny,
we're gonna
finally October joke. It's finally October, which
Putting it
means
to
all of the cobwebs and dust in my house just became Halloween decorations.
Oh yeah, you know, I went over to my parents' house, and I went over and I saw, he's like, wow, there's like my parents had like a big spider like right there in the garden area, you know, like up at the front. And I was like, whoa. And then I knocked on the door and I said, hey mom, you got the Halloween decorations up early, I see. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, there's a big spider out there. And she goes, oh yeah. Laugh. And she laughed. I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny. Yep. It's time to trick or treat with Thermaltake Live. We got some treats lining up. Definitely not too many tricks. Now we'll save that for next week. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win. Get that going on there. But yeah, this I can't wait to put mouthwash or whatever through a 4090 and play some games on it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And then yeah, tying all this in, we have some nice SWA fans on here. And you know, one of the cool things I kind of just found out, like just going through the build, was that, you know, with the tubes and everything, I like to get a nice little camera angle shot. Got a nice little loop-to-loop in there, as we always usually do. But one of the things that I just thought was just hilarious was that with the fans, let me see if I can get this set up right here so you guys can see this. But one of the things I really digged about this was that I only screwed in one of the fans, so that way if we come in and we want to be able to show the view here of the tubing, you just gotta love magnets. You just gotta love magnets being able to give you that nice little sunroof view. And then if we want to bring our cooling back, you just drop that bad boy right back in there. Boom. And there we go. So we're gonna have some fun little angles here for you guys to be able to see all the fun getting mixed up in our case. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited for this. So yeah, we got to get going on what we have. I mean, I know it probably looks pretty clean to you guys, but it's got a little bit of particles and plastic pieces in there, the little PETG little niblets from all the tube cutting. We don't want any of that stuff to get in our loop. So we're gonna make sure that all of our ends are nice and finished. And we're gonna do some rinsing with distilled water and kind of show you guys some best practices when building your first custom loop, and try to keep this as educational as possible without being super excited for all the fun that's to come. Magnets. Whoa. I love magnets. I love magnets. But To be fair, you don't want to go too far with magnets. Like, I don't need my radiator to magnetically connect to my case. I am totally fine with securing my rad to the case. Certain things don't need magnets, but every panel on here snaps, pops, or is attracted to the case. Literally sucks on to the case itself. And yeah, toolless. Gotta have the toolless, man. Gotta have the toolless. Artie coming in with a 35 stream streak. Thank you so much, Audi. I appreciate that. C Playa coming in with a 3 stream streak. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, those little pieces might contaminate a loop full of mouthwash. You never know. You never know. Well, the point of the matter is regardless of what liquid you put in there, those little pieces are going to get stuck right here in those little fins, and you kind of get almost like a little fuzzy level here on this side. So you always want to make sure that you have a nice clean loop. Highly recommend always rinse out, pre-rinse all your rads with distilled water. No matter what any manufacturer says, I would always rinse, including ours, rinse out the rad with distilled water first as part of my general prep. Of course, I've already done this here, so I don't have to, take the rad and all that stuff out and do all that stuff to kind of keep everything moving along. But of course, we do have some tubes to do. So as picking up from last week, we were doing some bends here on our build, and I finished up with a couple extra there so that way we could get everything moving forward today. But of course, with that, we do need to do our final preparations, make sure all of our fittings are tight, and hopefully see if this bad boy boots up here later today. So it should be some fun. That's a big case. Resisting. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. So we'll go ahead, take our fittings off here. Ooh, Redneck says, Mike, Dodgers or Padres? I gotta say, man, I'm a diehard Dodger fan. Always have been. Used to go to the games a lot. I had a good friend that had season tickets, so yeah, some good times there. Padres definitely bringing it last night, man. I didn't know, dude, not to kind of get off topic, but man, I thought the Dodgers were hurting there in the second, and then they hit a grand slam, and I was like, oh, dude, it's not over. And that was only like the second inning, man. What a game that was. Yeah, sadly, the score didn't change after that. I was really surprised that nobody else got anything going on. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. So, tubing pieces, you get some fun ones sometimes. We got our C Pro fittings here, of course, and yeah, look how easy, see, pretty straightforward, right? One of the things that's important about bending all of your tubes is you want to make sure you get a nice clean cut, and you want to make sure you have good space from A to B, nice and tight. You don't want something that's going to be like you don't want something that's necessarily going to be cut too short. Redo it. Don't shortcut stuff. You know what I mean? It's just a tube. You can always make another one. And one of the things that I always like to talk about is that every bend is different, but this one is mine. But sometimes even I can't get a good 90 and I just don't like it, and I'll change it up. But we learn always from our mistakes. And I always like to use stuff like this as a good little guide point. Like if you get a bend, like if you're doing something like this, where you got a 90 with a 180 on it, and maybe that 180 didn't come out just right, or that 180 was perfect, but you just didn't like the bend in the 90, you can use this as a good idea to get the spacing, so that way the next one you do is even better. And it's stuff like that. And you can take, for example, here the C Pro fittings, as I would say are the world famous C Pro fittings, and these are the best fittings on the planet. One of the main reasons why I like these fittings so much is because it gives you an end-to-end flat point for your tube, so you can cut it exactly where you want and be able to have it sit exactly right there, fitting to fitting, without even any compressions on it. You feel me? You feel me, fam? no more pushing into seat. If you guys want to get into hard tubing, you should definitely look at the C Pros and see what Thermaltake has to offer with these. This has changed cooling for me since we've created these, and I've only gotten nothing but praise from these. These are great fittings. Allows me to just kind of sit here and be like, hey, there's my 90 that I cut. You guys saw us do it last week on stream, and it came out great. And it just gives you that just the perfect seam. Look, it literally sits in there by the O-ring because it's just the right length. You feel me? Very important. You want to prevent leaks. Don't make your compression fittings have to work too hard for you, and always respect your O-rings. Always. Time and patience is definitely this up. 3 times the cost, 3 times the, you know, I don't know if it's more on the maintenance side as much. The cost is definitely there, 100%. The thing I like is that this is the same pump reservoir I used in the last one. I just cleaned it. Yeah, this was what was running the beer last time. I cleaned it. It looks great, right? Looks great. Hopefully it still works. We will see as we put our Thermaltake products to the test here today. But yeah, it's, you know, a lot of interesting things when it comes to custom cooling. But like, if you're not going to get into some of those weird kind of coolants that are, you know, got the little funky stuff in it, like the stuff that I do back here, but I can tell you, I'm going to leave that coolant in there for a while. I'm not going to change that coolant. I usually don't. I like to kind of use it as a test in a way, just the same. But at the same time, if you just go with a nice pure clear coolant, you're literally going to have more or less no issues. But at the same time, you don't want to necessarily put just distilled water in there either, because distilled water can still create like algae and stuff, and you want to have those fun things all mixed up. And I also highly recommend to not mix it yourself unless you're very dedicated to reading, understanding the different portions so that you can make it right, because it can definitely go wrong. We have our pure clear coolant that we sell. It's got all the additives all mixed in, all the good stuff, and you can pour this straight into the loop. And I mean, you could put this in here for years. I mean, let's be honest, you can put that in there for a while. You don't, but I always usually recommend changing the oil once a year. It's always best. Take the blocks apart, clean the blocks. So you have like maintenance like that. That's a little bit more than like an AIO, but you will see some nice performances. And boy, is it gonna look pretty snazzy for the wife or kids, or maybe your friends that wanna come over, or even if you wanna take it to a LAN party and show off. So I get the aesthetic side, looks are looks, but I definitely dig the performance side of it myself. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff, And yeah, I mean, you know, it comes down to the tubing. You know, and you can always do soft tube as well. Kind of kick it off, start with some soft tubing. If you want to move to hard tubing, you're more or less keeping all the same components, water blocks, pump, rad, all that stuff. You're just changing out the fittings. So more or less just changing out the ends. And then if you want to maybe go to hard tubing later, and or you just want to feel like, dude, how do I do any type of custom hard tubing? Dude, buy a pack of tubes, get a heat gun, do some 90s. See what you think. Are you a crafty person? Maybe. Maybe you don't even know. Try it out. If it seems to be easy, tubing might be the thing for you. Dive in, baby. You know what I mean? That's what I had to do. One day I was just like, you know what? I want to try it. And I just tried it. That poor pump. The pump is not going to have fun with some of those coolants. I love putting it to the test. It's performed pretty well for us in the past. And yeah, we're definitely going to see what it can do here. This is a nice little, I love doing a little fun little loop-to-loop. It's always fun. It's like a twisty straw. Like a little twisty straw. Love my little twisty straws. I wish I had more room. I would have done something a little bit more extravagant, but it is for coolant testing. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull all the fittings off, mostly because we're gonna make sure all of our ends are nice and sanded. We'll be diving in on this. I'll get the camera down here. We'll take a look, get our ends all nice and finished, and then we'll do some flushing so that way we can get this stuff going back together, all right? So let's get ourselves set up here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Again, I know some of you guys are having some concerns out there with the hurricane, so our hearts are going out to you guys. Be safe out there. Please take care. All right? We're here for distractions. We're here for some really good distractions. If you drop like 120 or 200 on a water block and think you're good to go, yeah, well, there's a lot of options out there, right? I mean, you can definitely go with the flashy stuff that's $400, but do your research. That's probably the biggest thing that I could suggest. There's a lot of options out there. Choose wisely, you know, but take a look at some of your options. I think one of the biggest things is the water block for the graphics. And I could see a lot of people maybe wanting to get their feet wet and go CPU cooling first. Keep an air-cooled card. There's nothing wrong with that. You can use this same loop for just a CPU, just the same. You don't necessarily need two rads, but we'll be finding out what this 4090 does, as well as our CPU here. We're gonna be doing our base testing with just regular water so we can get a baseline of where it is, and then we'll have to see how everything goes from there, all right? We had a lot of stuff out there, a lot of options. Research. Let's get... Don't want my desk to get dirty. All right. Let's see what this looks like. There, let's bring this in. Let's bring this in here. There we go. There we go. All right. So, just in case you're wondering, I use a wet dry 400 grit. It's got, it's not too, you know, it's not like 1,000. I wouldn't use 1,000. You're not going to get anywhere with that. I think 400 does a pretty good job. Sometimes on some of your tubing ends, you'll have a nice, for the most part, clean cut on it. Some things though, you might get like one of these little dudes. You see, you'll get little pieces, little chunks like that. Now, stuff like that, you don't want that to go in your loop. So get out of here. Get out of here. And then we're going to do some nice little sanding so that way we can get that nice and finished on there. Now, it doesn't worry so much for the C Pro fittings, but just doing a favor for all the other manufacturers out there that don't have this option, you don't want this sharp edge to cut those O-rings when having to push them into fittings, if that is an option you have to go with. So something to consider too, right? You don't want that the sharp edge that's on there. So let's give it a little bit of a sand here. Now, a lot of people, I'll hold the tube, get a little sand on there like that, just kind of, you know what I mean? Some people will go like this, and they do this kind of stuff too. So if you're an eraser type of person, and you like to do a lot of erasing, you're gonna love this. It's kind of get that same little idea with that there. And then you kind of see it get a little bit, you get like a little edge here on this. And yeah, I'm just gonna clean this up. Just gonna clean that up like that. And then seeing that, now we'll just take this, we'll do the other side, and then we'll be ready to rinse this out. Yeah, some of these bends can be a lot of fun when doing this. And yeah, those direct eye blocks definitely got some weird stuff going on. Those guys need to pay attention to some tolerances. I've seen a variety of them out there. I've actually gotten to play around with some of them. So it's really interesting on the direct eye stuff, but that does kind of go a little bit further. Curious to see if Thermaltake's going to get in on that. That might be some interesting stuff. And I'll tell you right now, I'm 100% confident in doing that on stream. So if we come out with something like that, we'll definitely be doing some delitting and some direct eye cooling. Be kind of interesting to see how that all goes, right? My little turbo, brum, 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 brum. My little turbo, yeah, I'll stop. Yeah, no, I know, good. I've been seeing, I've been hearing the talk. And some other ones out there are really, really different. It's very interesting to see how those blocks are put together. between, you know, different options that are out there. And yeah, I'd love to see us work on something like that. We have been talking about it, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. We'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. Go, whoop, whoop. Little pieces out of there. Choo choo. Yeah, sometimes you can have little pieces that'll get like stuck in here, something here along in the tube and stuff like that. So just cleaning it up. You can see it kind of makes a little bit of a mark. And the thing I like about this too is that, I mean, even though it's wet dry and I'm just going dry with it, you can do a lot more if you want, but I'm going to tell you it's a waste of time. I will 100% tell you it's a waste of time. See? Whoop, whoop. It's a 180, so this candy cane's hard to get in the shot, but see all those little chunky things? Yeah, we don't want that in our loop, so we're going to clean all that out today. Yeah, those cold plates that glue to this, yeah, I don't know about those ones as much, but I don't want to comment too much on other people's stuff. I'll keep everything neutral, but you guys have fun. If anything, I'm jealous I don't get to play with everybody's stuff. Are you kidding me? It'd be neat. All right. So we got our tubes right here, and it's kind of funny. There's really not too much. And this guy doesn't really fit in the bunch here as much, huh? And get it like a little... I always like to do like a cool little like this right here is like really neat. I like doing like little things like this. Like I can almost connect it. If I want to come in here, I can do this. Play Pipe Dream. I'm sitting here on a Thursday and I'm playing Pipe Dream with these and I'm sitting there going, oh, look at that. I can connect that. Look, it's like one piece now. Look, now wouldn't that be a cool bend? And then you finish it up with this. Just, oh, you can't see that here. Whatever, you guys know what I mean. Oh, I need this for the water. So yeah, like a couple of things that you're looking to get into custom cooling. I mean, you definitely have to have a plan as far as getting your parts to be able to build the system. But at the same time, there's some cool little novelty products that really kind of help out. And I mean, you can get a couple of things as far as being able to do your maintenance and stuff. I mean, I have a coolant in a bottle, and yeah, I could pour it straight in there, but squeeze bottles like this one, I mean, we sell squeeze bottles. You can buy a bunch of these on Amazon, all different shapes and sizes and different stems and all that kind of stuff. This one's a 500 milliliter bottle, so I really like this one. We had a smaller one that was like 250, but it was just never enough. The 500 works pretty good. I use this a lot for a lot of stuff, both my personal builds as well, but it also works really well for just the prep work versus just filling the coolant. I like to multi-tool, multi-use my stuff, you know what I mean? And what we'll do, just make sure we don't have any little pieces that were kind of still stuck to the tube. And then we'll just go like something like this. And what I like to do is I'll just take some distilled water, kind of pour it around here. Now with stuff like this, you're gonna have a little bit more of a fun little experience. Sometimes you got to kind of bring it up and around and then dump it. And you get stuff like that to play with. So that's all up to you and how you're going to bend your loop. You feel me? It's always a lot of stuff. But I do like to, God, I'm going to try to not sound dirty. I do like to go in through both sides, both ends with that. And when you kind of go through here and you're trying to do this like I am, where you don't have, I do this over a sink, if you feel me, but we don't, wait, I don't, I'm still waiting on the sink to be installed in my studio here, so we can do more bending stuff, but a couple quick little rinses, nothing too crazy. Some people will do something like this and kind of just go back and forth, but then that just ends up getting your fingers all wet. Other people will do like cool little things like this, and then you kind of You know, just bring it, comes around like that, and then look. Whoop. Oh, okay, that didn't work. That didn't work how I wanted it to. Of course it didn't. All right.
Camel struts on city streets. Not a doom.
But ideally, you're just trying to flush the tube walls, get all those little pieces out. And I mean, yeah, if you're someone, you know, maybe you're doing this for the first time, and you're like, hey, that's not gonna clean it as enough as what I want. Feel free, take this in the sink. I wouldn't recommend any soap per se, but you know, we use soapy water to bend the tube, right? So there's still a little bit of residue of that soap that can be in there, as well as the particles from cutting in the tube. So feel free to take this under the sink and give it an amazing cleaning. Rinse it out, full blast the water. You feel me? Full blast the water, get that all cleaned out. But before you go to put it in your loop, get your squeeze bottle, get your distilled water, and just give it a nice little spritz of some distilled water there, just so that way you got a nice little barrier coating of that distilled water goodness. But yeah, don't use tap water unless you're doing the initial dishes, and then you can move forward with a nice little rinse with the distilled. Big time recommendation on that. Give me a nice little piece was stuck right here. I didn't like it. Get this all cleaned up. Just don't drop the soap. You know that's that's the facts right there. Facts. Oh, and another thing too, the one thing that I don't like doing, and does it matter? Maybe not, but blowing on the tube to kind of blow the water out, don't worry about it. You got distilled in there, it's gonna be fine. Even if you got like a crazy coolant, distilled will make most coolants are distilled water, like 90+%. So don't worry about it. That's why we use distilled, and you don't have to get every little drop out. They don't have to dry. You don't need to take a hair dryer to them, or a heat gun for that matter. But you do have to be careful on some of your bends as far as how you're doing stuff to make sure you don't get yourself all wet. You know, it can be a problem sometimes. And you got the cool little tube sounds you get too, little. Uh-oh. Oh. Got a refill. And no, this isn't coolant. This is distilled water, cleverly disguised as coolant. But yeah, I just poured it in here because it was easier. Versus having like that big jug, you know? Having to do that big jug stuff. And yeah, we might get a little wet and wild today, so let's see. Hashtag no leaks, right? But my tap water is filtered? Yeah, but even though your tap water is filtered, it's not distilled. So unfortunately, there's still some stuff in there that you're not going to want to do.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Checking our flow, making sure that, yeah, see, it's going to work. It's going to work. Tubes are flowing well. There we go. Yeah. Make sure everything's looking good. Got some nice little cuts there. NVIDIA! Dude, what's up, NVIDIA? We're water blocking a 4090, baby. Let's go. How are you guys? You guys, Jacob playing Doom 2? Oh man, what a game. Oh man, I'm such a big sucker for Doom. Hope you're having fun with that, man. RTX in it. RTX in the Doomage. I am excited for the next one.
NVIDIA just rated us.
Let's go, NVIDIA. Yeah, we got our 4090 we're water blocking today. We got the tubes all bent. Good to go, man. We're gonna be firing it up here today. What you might not know is what we're gonna use for coolant though in the next coming weeks. That's gonna be a little bit different. And if you want to know more, check the pinned link there for your chance to vote on the liquid experiments that we're going to be doing here starting next week. Starting actually next week. Got a lot of stuff in store. Going to be a lot of fun, you guys. Yeah, dude, I was like, oh man, he's playing Doom 2. I was like, oh man, I love Doom 2. Some good stuff. We had a great stream. It was an RTX remix, but oh, nice. Oh, thanks, Legdo. That's cool, Roshi. I've been checking out, I've been seeing a lot of those mods. Those mods looking pretty crazy. Mouthwash all the way, butter and olive oil. You know it. I'm gonna have to get some garlic bread. Maybe some pasta with it. Maybe I'll have, I'm probably gonna have pasta for lunch that day. You know? Does it have to be Olive Garden olive oil? What kind of olive oil should it be? And somebody's finally asked, why is there no baby oil? Because it's all sold out. I couldn't find any. It was just sold. I think somebody bought it all. I was looking, it's out of stock everywhere. Kirkland olive oil? Oh, dude. Should I go, Pig, I could go get like a whole jug of olive oil from Costco. Damn it, Diddy. I heard they named him after Donkey Kong. Could be wrong, though. That's what I heard. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Yeah, I'm excited to go shopping. I'm going to have a fun little list here. I'm thinking like olive oil is pretty straight up, but man, olive oil is going to be so hard to clean. That's going to take me probably a full day to clean after stream. We'll probably use that as a second. That'll be probably towards the end because we're going to have to rinse the you know what out of it to get the oil out, right? But like other stuff like mouthwash, shampoo's going to be a little rough too because it's going to just be soapy. How do you get all the soap out? We're going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Where did oh yeah, there's no fitting. I'm like, where's the fitting for this end? So one of the fun things that I wanted to do was taking out the top kind of allowed me to make my own downstem. So I just made my own loop-de-loop downstem that I think is going to be really cool for the build. And you guys will all get to see it just... We got a fun little roller coaster of liquids lined up here for you. Now, we got our tubes set. Our tubes are all cleaned up. We've rinsed them out with distilled water. They're ready to go back into the case. This right here is the most important moment of your custom cooling career. Before we secure all of our tubes to our case, double check all your fittings. Double check everything. Give yourself an extra 20 seconds, 30 seconds, however long it takes you to go back, check your connections. Not just the fitting that screws into the 90, but the 90 itself. GPU users, you got those stop plugs on the back? Well, first and foremost, make sure you put them there because the last thing you want is that shooting out the back because you forgot. But two, make sure they're nice and snug. Again, O-rings are your friend. Do not gorilla grip the you-know-what out of these because it's just going to smash your O-ring. Nice hand-tight tolerance is all you need. Trust your O-rings, but trust yourself to go in and make sure everything's nice and tight. So I'll check my 90s. Do I stuff that's got rotary on it? Do I got a nice, good rotation with that? The part of the G and the quarter going into the block is good. I have my fitting right here on my reservoir. Dude, check your reservoir. Oh, I already did, but check your reservoir too, right? One of the problems that I had one time was in routine cleaning, you know, there's an O-ring that sits there for a very important reason, because that O-ring prevents this from leaking. And one show I forgot to put this in, and it just started seeping up around the side. And I was like, oh God. I was like, I forgot the O-ring, didn't I? But then I didn't want to say anything because, you know, I didn't want to say anything. So stuff like that, give it a good little double check. And while we do that, let me cue up some music. Let's kind of jump up ahead here. Let's get a little bit. Let's see. What sounds good? Yeah, some Nirvana. Oh, whoops! I got to change my audio real quick. There we go. There we go. Bring this in. There we go. Let's get some tunes going. It's Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Happy hump day. All right. Set these guys over there. Okay. Oh, I still got to put the screw in for the GPU. I got to do that. Let's see. Oh. All of our fittings come with this cool little key tool. You see right here? And this one end here works really good for the G1/4 base plates for each of your compression fittings. You can use a coin too, but I like this. This is designed for it. So, and what I'm doing is I'm just doing a nice little turn. It's got a little section in here, and I'm just giving a little bit of a, you know, making sure it's nice and tight going into the 90 as well as into the blocks. Because it is threaded and you can cut your fingers on it. So be real careful with that, okay? That's what the tool's for. But we do want to make sure everything is nice and tight. Get my last ones on the rad there. So we've checked both of those. We've checked these. Our water block needs to, our card itself needs to be mounted. Let me get that. But how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? This tube is perfect for drinking beer when watching Sunday football. You know it, Flammy. Sunday fun day. Grab yourself a nice cold Guinness, baby. Okay. Oh, is this too tall? That's good enough. Just so we don't have too much play in that. Going back on the fittings. And of course, one of the other things that you want to do is that, and I like to do this a lot too, when I'm going in, I'm doing like all the tube work and everything, I wasn't stressing about the cables, you know what I mean? As you can see, I've started adding in most of the cables, 24-pin, EPS and all that, but when we were bending last week, I just left all that out of there. Didn't need it right now because I knew I was going to take all the tubes out to do that final clean prep before connecting everything up. So hey, that's you. Hey, I like to do that. You know, it's just you getting that out of the way gives you a nice opportunity to double check all of your connections. Phil and X coming in for the 14 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so that's good. Those are good back there. You got a drain port that's down here on the bottom. Even if you don't set up a drain like we did and you got a stop plug, don't forget about that one. Also, you got your plugs on the back. These plugs that are on the back of the radiator, you're not going to be able to get access to them once you've installed them. I already made sure that they were tight. Hopefully they should be good. But yeah, don't forget about those bad boys in the back. Usually that's something I do after prepping and flushing the radiator. And, you know, I'll just kind of do the little shake, 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 shake. You know what I mean? Clean it all out. It's usually pretty good. Usually pretty good. Mike, your thoughts on involving custom cables with this one in the same color combo as the case? Man, I would love some custom cables that would match this would be a lot of fun. I think that would look really cool. At the same time, I almost went with a backwards board that doesn't have any cables on it because I have a case that has the cutouts for the backwards board, but I didn't go with that. We've been using a lot of those in some other projects and stuff. This was just an MSI board that I had laying around. It could have some potential issues with it. Maybe if we reached out to some motherboard partners that want to throw some $1,000 motherboards our way, you know, wink, wink, you know who I'm talking about. We would love to have your support for all of our custom cooling adventures. You know, I mean, hey, who doesn't want to say, oh yeah, I've seen this motherboard cooled with so-and-so or this or that. This isn't a Project Zero board, but I would say that, like, yeah, we don't have like sleeve cables for stuff like that. I mean, you know, even stuff like my Gen 5 connector and everything, it's kind of hidden. You really don't see it too much. A lot of that stuff is here on the back, so kind of hides a lot of the good stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not waffle time yet. It's not waffle time yet. Not yet. Coming up soon. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win. You have to be present and within the US or Canada. Good luck to you. We'll be picking 2 winners later on today. A little bit. So yeah, so fittings checked. I got all my connections, my little magnetic connections for all my fans. All that stuff's all done because I don't want to have to go in and plug in like motherboard connections and all that with all the tubes in my way. So here's another good opportunity. Check all your connections. You got your front panel in, you got your USBs in. Actually, this just reminded me, I hadn't put in the data cable yet for all of our RGB fans. So right now is a good opportunity. And why we double check. Because the last thing you want to do is go, oh, I need to plug this in. Oh, everything's in the way now. So I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, I'm just going to plug that in first. I mean, you can. Stuff like this isn't going to really matter too much. Where's our little bent pin? Our missing pin. We got our USB right there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so excited to play on this 4090. It's going to be great. We're going to really push it. We're going to push it with mouthwash and olive oil. And possibly fake blood. Did you see fake bloods on the list? That'd be kind of interesting. So there, we got our connections back here for our controller. But at least we got the connections done up here in the front. What else? We got our front panel, that. HD audio? We don't need HD audio. Check our EPSs. Are they in there nice and good? We got our Gen 5 connection. Very important. Your Gen 5 connection. Nice. And so it makes a nice little click. It feels good. Every single one. I've used tons of these now. Done a lot of builds with 3.0 power. 4090, 4080, whatever. And nice solid connection going in. Same with the power supply, because most of those are all modular. Make sure all your connections to your power supply are all good. Got all that set. I got this connected up here. I do kind of use the stream a little bit to double check myself. You know what I mean? Other stuff, like I'm going to have, the cool thing is with the card down here, I have all this access right here. Like if the card was up here, it'd be different. You know what I mean? So having the card down here, using the riser cable and stuff does kind of give me some nice little options. Okay, that's good. My pump res is in there. We're good. We double checked all of our fittings. Did we pull the sticker off the CPU block? I think we did. But it's also something to always think about. You're like, hey, where'd that sticker go? I put it somewhere, right? You'll know soon enough once you fire it up. And if that bad boy's just idling up to 90, there's probably a plastic membrane in between there. So that's why we're all, you know, double checking everything. Make sure, check all your screws on your blocks. Make sure everything's good. Make sure you feel confident about this. You know what I mean? We have us all set up. That's good like that. All right. We checked, cleaned all our tubes. Here. You guys, I'll bring you guys in so you guys can watch. I think this will be a better angle for you guys as well. Hope you guys are having a great hump day. Happy Wednesday out there, fam. Dude, do I need like a hood on this? Like, it's like if I do that, look how clean it looks. But then, come on, man. That's not my light. Bring this a little bit closer. I'll have to make sure I get some. I'll set my lighting up for this one. But oh, hey, that doesn't go there. That goes there. Wrong one. This, dude. Oh yeah, and I was gonna. So look, check this out. So when we talked about this last week, right? If this was straight, and say we had the port right there in the middle, right? It's not gonna see. It was off, but we wanted that kind of a look. But look at this, because of the fact that you're going with something like that, where you have this here. Boom. Now we got a cool little 45 look right there. And we got a nice straightforward 90. Look at that. You're spacing. You're spacing, baby. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna snug up our fittings. Make sure everything feels good. Get a little bit of those little extra drops out. And see? Stuff like that. You want to have a nice flat connection with this. You don't want to make it feel like the tube is pulling away. I'll tell you, like I've said before, cutting the tube is more important than bending the tube. I know.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I know, it's blasphemy, but your cuts are going to be more important than your bends. Just because your bend might be off doesn't mean it's going to leak that way. You feel me? You feel me? Hey, thanks for the sub over on YouTube. What's up, YouTube fam? How are you guys? If I can. That one. We got this guy up here. One's being weird, but here we go. There we go. Nope. Okay, so then sometimes I have this problem. So then what I'll do is I'll put the one that's annoying me in first. And then you're like, oh, okay. I honestly think it's almost too perfect. I kind of have that problem sometimes. Get that in there. Look at that cool little roller coaster ride. Chunk, 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 chunk. As the Slurpee goes, and it goes. It's gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be so much fun. Watching it start here. Go through the GPU. We're going to loop up and around, and you guys are going to see it skyrocket up into the sky.
It works.
Hopefully, more than 60% of the time. Now, stuff like this, you can have a little bit of droop on this, and sometimes your fitting and your tubing can help you. We are doing something a little different than normal because coolant testing. So I made my own version of a downstem with a twist. As I like to. And we'll just get this last guy. A little tight space up here, but make sure you just keep going. Get that nice and snug in there. And then see with a lot of this stuff, we can do a little bit, get it lined up with where we wanted it. But at the same time, we want to make sure that that's not loosening our fitting back up, you know? Little push never hurts. And then make sure we get Nice little lined up nice little loop-de-loops right there. You know what I'm saying? Get all that fun stuff set up like this. All right, now we're gonna go back. We're gonna double check. Got a little bit more out of that. A little bit more there. Not too much. And then sometimes when you tighten the fittings too, kind of offsets the tubing a little bit. I mean, look at like something like this, for example, where depending on where it is, it can really have a little bit of a like play in it as far as, you know, because of the rotary on there. So just getting it lined up, kind of just give it a little lift. Sometimes you got to do something like that, get it set up like that. You know what I mean? Want to get that, you just get that nice straight lines. You know what I mean? Get some nice straight lines there. Make it look clean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Same thing with this. Now, this right here can rotate. And then once you get it kind of set in the right spot, there's 2 screws right here to tighten to secure the reservoir so it kind of stays where it's supposed to be. I like to do that when I'm doing a build that I'm not going to take apart and flush and change, you know what I mean? But for you guys at home that are going with stuff like this, those nice little clamps do a really good job. And I don't know if you guys can, I might be able to see this, but one of the things that I do is that when I did the tubing, I had the radiator mounted, but I still needed to flush the rad. So that means I needed to take the radiator back out. And then once you take the radiator back out, you got to get that same distance for these tubes as far as how you bent it. So little trick that I like to do is I'll take a look where my screw points are and I'll make a little mark with like a Sharpie so that I know that that's where my line is going to be, where the radiator height should be on there. And then I can get my screws in and I know that my rad's in the exact same spot. So just making some nice little simple marks, real easy. Oh, hey, I'll get there and there. And yeah, I only have 4 screws in. Only 4 screws in on this rad, so it'll be easy to remove. You can definitely put more, but hey, you don't really need it unless it's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Perfection is no accent, Mike. Oh, you're the... And of course, you know, with that, just kind of, you know, take it all in. Take it all in. Oh, man, it smells like a fresh batch of waffles. Look how beautiful that is. I can't wait to see how we ride the line of failure with this one. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun, you guys. I'm definitely excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of good stuff here. Now, I have my system set up. You know, everything's going pretty good. I spent a little bit extra time. I double checked my fittings. I double checked all my tubing, my block, you know, made sure I had all my connections in. So when I put the liquid inside, I don't have to stress about other things or understanding what's going on. Now, another thing, and I would say a lot of people were more scared about this in the past, where in today's world, I don't have this concern. I guess you could call me an expert. I'm not sure. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm just a gamer that loves liquid cooling. But do a dry test. Fire it up. See if it works before you put all the coolant in. You mean turn it on without liquid inside? Yes, absolutely. You'll have no problems with it. All we're going to be doing is going into the BIOS and making sure that the system posts. Make sure everything somewhat works. The last thing you want to do is fill a loop with water, purge all that, because usually when I do that, I do it with pump only. So, you know, there's no other components with power. It's just the pump. So if I do have a leak, everything is off. And not just off, it doesn't have power going to it. So stuff like that's important. Disconnecting the 24 pin and jumpering your power supply. I know we've done kits in the past that have jumpers. You can buy stuff like that. You get a paper clip and do it yourself. I mean, it's not too bad. It's 2 and 4. I mean, just, you know, if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. And with how you kind of set all this up, now that we more or less have this ready for liquid, let's fire it up. Let's see if it posts. Let's see if it works. Maybe there's a fan down there that magnetically didn't attract as properly as we wanted to. And I'm so sorry. I've been like I'm all in on this, so I've been missing out on a lot of the chat. But I love seeing what you guys are saying, dude. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Hey, yo, Banana is coming in with a 5-stream streak, and Moo to you. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, I'm gonna be putting that in the loop later. It's good. It's real good. But let's do some preliminary testing here. I can only found, where did my power cord go? Okay, I don't have a power cord. Hold on.
If I could choose to have one superpower, it would be invisibility. I just want to make myself clear.
Good one. Oh, I got one of these. See, like it, something like this. Little 24-pin jumper. Got the cool little thing. Oh, it's 4 and 6, not 2 and 4. Did I say 2 and 4? 4 and 6. Something like this. I mean, these things are all over Amazon for like $1. We also have our controller and the power for our controller. Because guess what? Our fans aren't going to spin without that, so we got to do that too. So we got a couple of things. You know what? Let me not get too far ahead of myself because I'm excited. I'm very excited. But let's pull the spaghetti out. I'll make it pretty for next week. But again, like I said, don't zip tie everything in until you know it works. Come on, man. Smarter, not harder. So then we got one connection that's going to go to our fun little TT box that looks like a PlayStation 3. I don't know why. It just looks like a PlayStation 3 to me. And then with that, with the blocks and everything, we don't have a screen. But if we had a screen, we got an extra one for that. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and get these bad boys plugged in. Is this 1? That's 3. Okay, that's fine. We can go 3, 2, 1. Just as much as we can go 1, 2, 3. Plug our connections in. That one's going to be for the GPU blocks. I got GPU block and the two sets of fans. God, I'm so glad I don't have to use multiple controllers for all these fans. It's just been a game changer. Okay, so then there we go. All our connections for our fans all set up. It's still a little loosey-goosey because we're going to make sure everything works first. That's kind of important. All right. And then, of course, so we got our pump power, but we're not going to plug it in just yet. Okay? Don't plug the pump in because we're going to dry test the system. So no pump power, so it doesn't make that. It's not a pleasant sound to hear of metal grinding. Because it does need a little bit of liquid to help it move along. It is magnetic, by the way, which is kind of cool. There's magnets everywhere. Magnets everywhere. Okay. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. So now we got power for our fans and all that because we went with the, you know, the cool RGB fans and all that fun stuff. So again, party in the back, business up front. We have that all set up there. Let me get a power cord real quick. What are we doing on the waffle? How much time we have left? Dude, we got about 15 minutes on the waffle, about 15 minutes left on the waffle. So if you're going to be walking your car or washing your dog or vice versa, plan ahead, okay? I don't want you to miss out, all right? If you're driving right now, in about 10 minutes, you're going to need to make an exit. Make a little pit stop there, you know? Pull in, you know, maybe grab yourself a waffle. Grab a nice cold drink or something. We don't want anybody having any waffle winning accidents today. All right, one sec. Gonna need this. I forgot to put it over here earlier. Do I have time to wash my fish? Yeah. Give it a good scrub. You got 15 minutes? Yeah. I think it'll be fine. If you have multiple fish, though, you might want to wait. Can check, let's say, good way to check through it all for leaks is to take it to airport security to go through an x-ray scanner. I never heard anybody use airport security in regards to leak testing their system, Teffin. Yeah, that'd be good. Can check to see how well each Gina quarter is screwed together. Someday when TT makes 200 mil fans that are ring trio caliber, I'll happily retire those fan boxes for good. Right on. Oh, right on, man. One day. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we're just going to turn it on. We're just going to see if we get post. Make sure everything's good, because if not, we'll see you next week. All right. I don't need a mouse and keyboard. We're just turning it on to see what's going on. Engage our power supply there to get some power. Does this motherboard have lights on it? I guess it doesn't have lights. We'll have to get a motherboard that has lights next time. And shout out to you motherboard guys, send me your stuff. I'd love to test it. All right. Pump's not plugged in. We just got monitor and power to the system. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it on and see what happens. Oh, prediction time. Should we do a quick little prediction? Let's do a quick little prediction. I like that. Oh, let's see. That'll give me some time to think of a couple of things. All right. Oh, nice. We already have this one up here. Let's go. Will it post? Will it post, chat? Oh, wait. Did they open registration for CES yet? Yep. CES is the registration's open. Already registered. Oh, you get those Tony Hawk skater? Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Kickflip. Oh, man, did the day. Oh, thank you for that game. That game was amazing. All right. We'll post. Spend your points. Oh, man, you guys have faith in me. There's guys of you that picked maybe, though. I don't know. All right, we'll let that cook for a minute. That gives me ample time to double check things. Oh, another thing, too. Don't forget, you got a drain valve? Somewhere? Make sure it's closed. We've had that mistake, haven't we? Little dribble out there like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be open. But again, we're just doing an air test, dry test. Turn it on, see if it's going to post. And then we're going to have some, I'm going to set up some pretty crazy predictions for all the coolant testing so you guys can have some fun with your points and hopefully blow a lot of them or gain a lot of them with the confidence of hoping this stuff is going to work. Depending on what we get. And yeah, make sure. Got to, just double check stuff.
It's showtime.
It's going to be interesting. I put the M.2 in. I almost thought I didn't do that. I did do that. Because it's like an afterthought. You know what I mean? That's all plugged in. Pump's not plugged in. 24, blah, 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 blah. Everything's there. Power's there. Yeah, everything should be good. I just funded all the yes votes, Mike, so don't post. Going against the grain. Let's see. Let's see. Going against the grain. Measure twice, cut once. Wise words. Wise words. I think the other thing that I like to do is...
Local janitors have gone out on strike. They are demanding sweeping reforms.
Well, hopefully it'll be a clean sweep for them, huh? And, you know, with the whole, like, measure twice, cut once kind of thing, that also kind of goes with the same idea that I like to use with, you can't add it back, so don't try to cut too much. You can always cut little by little until you get it just right. But the thing you can't do is put it back once you've done it. So, plan accordingly. I measure none and cut trice. Yep, we know. We know. That's how we keep in business, because with the tube sales just through the roof. No, I'm just kidding. All right, how much time we have left? Is it done? Power up and rewards, what's that? I don't want to get started. Do I have to? I guess I have to get started. All right, we got about a minute left. 1% riding on the maybe. I don't think maybe's going to win. I don't think. I didn't know maybe was actually in there. That's my fault. But if you picked it, that's your fault. And yeah, I would say too, like with tubing and everything, the good thing about tubing is it's not too expensive, but when you're doing it for like the first time, buy extra. Plan, do some 90s with it. Like I was showing last week. Nice big piece, get a nice little bend in there, so no matter what case it is, you're more or less going to be able to cut it to fit in, and that way you don't just kind of bend it and waste it, you know what I mean? But it might take a little bit, or take a big piece and do a couple in it. Do a 90, then cut it. Do a 90 and then cut it. Practice makes perfect, right? That's why we practice, right? There we go. Can you give us an example on how maybe could win? If it works and then fails, I'll pick maybe. And then if it fails and then comes back, so then it kind of works, but maybe? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. All right. Submissions are closed. 76% of you said yes. 23% of you said no. Time to find out. Here we go. Hopefully I plugged the power button in right.
It's showtime.
Oh, fans didn't work. That's okay. That's okay. We'll fix that. But does it post? Let's see. Let's see. Will it post?
60% of the time.
Oh,
it
man.
works every time.
Oh, man. Oh, turned off. Normal. Shuts off, turns back on. Normal stuff. Normal stuff.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's going to be a fun one coming up. That's going to be a fun one coming up.
What day is it, Mike?
Come on, give me screen. Come on, give me screen. Give me screen, please. Please, please, please. Let me see if I can fix the fan real quick. Okay, fix their fans. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No post? No post? Hold on. It could be Discord. Or not just, it could be OBS too. One sec. It kind of does that. We'll see. Oh man, I need another monitor just to double check this. How can I?
Well,
Let's do this. Let's do this. See, this is where maybe comes in. This is where maybe comes in. Let's see. Oh my God. Look. It's got a little sweat in there. Little sweat in there. No posty. I think it's because I don't have a mouse and keyboard plugged into it. Oh my God. If this is it, I didn't know this. But we'll find out right now. We will find out right now, chat.
%60 of the time, it works every time.
Oh my goodness. Why? Why did you do that? Okay. We have a sheep shank here, chat. Sometimes you only need the mouse, too. And I'm going to blame it on this because I have this problem before. I'm kind of blaming it on this. Let me double check the settings too. I'm going to have to switch the camera. Yeah. Let me go back and forth. Sometimes I need to like refresh the signal for it to actually work. Come on, man. Don't make me get another monitor just to see. Come on, man. Oh, it's going to break. Okay. 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 Let's troubleshoot this. Always fun. So this didn't seem to matter, did it? I'm really kind of glad, to be fair. But what's wrong? Why is the system not working? I need to download more RAM? It didn't post, though. We're just going to say it didn't post. You guys voted. Will it post? It didn't. Waiting. Okay. What happened to my... Oh, there we go. Choose outcome. Didn't post. All right. It didn't post. Why did it not post? Damn, I just kicked. How much did I win? You're going to find out, won't you? Rigged. So let's see. Why did we not get a particular post? Okay. Let's take a look at a couple of things. And if you can understand, I might be doing this to give you guys an example. I might be, but let's think about it. We didn't get a display. So one thing in theory is it could be related to the stream setup, but let's just take that out of the account right now, right? Let's just take that and remove that idea. So let's start thinking about what we do. Now, do we have a motherboard that has a postcode thing on it? No. So we don't got any kind of LEDs or anything that's going to tell us like, oh, hey, it's giving me A2. What does that mean? We don't have that. Next step. Does the system have 4 little LEDs on it where it's going to give you CPU, GPU, RAM, and post? And then you're going to have those little lights and it'll be like 1, 2, 3, post, and then you're good. Visual indications on the board. Does it have stuff like that? Maybe. I don't know because it would be on the bottom and I didn't directly look. Number 2, we are using a riser cable with a graphics card, of course, that is floating there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the tube out because I want to show you a little bit on why this can help when doing a dry test. So now, ooh, and that 4090 got sweaty in there already. Oh, okay, no problem. Pull our card out here a little bit. Easy, easy. We got our Gen 5 power. I'm just gonna.
That looks like my new coworker. I need a glass of water.
That's a solid connection, I gotta admit. Take a look.
Oh no! Oh no!
Now we pulled the card out. Set that over here off to the side. Double check our connections. We got a riser cable in here. Pull it out. Put it back in. It's like turning things on and off. Plug that back in.
60% of the time, it
Make
works
sure it's fully
every
seated.
time.
We got another connection. We get our screw that we dropped. That's always good. And then, of course, making sure putting our GPU back into the case, that those nice little gold connectors down here, all the way seated into the riser cable. But I'm going to say, because of the way these Gen 5s go and how tight these connections are, I do like to plug this in first. So I can just kind of hold the card, get that in there, get that nice little snap, that little pop. I guess we can plug this in too. Just watch our cable a little bit here. Feels good going in. Then can be a little panicky, huh? What's wrong? What's going on with the PC? Why did it not post? Why you do?
Mike, do you have anything on CPU_fan that can stop post?
I would say that the CPU fan thing is definitely a classic Asus thing, but at the same time, if you don't have that plugged in, you still get a screen and it tells you that. Also, the other thing to consider is that my OBS is messed up and it's just not transferring the signal over. But for the sake of troubleshooting and educating you, we're going through a couple of steps here. Maybe give you some ideas. Sometimes you can run into this. Sometimes it's smooth sailing, you know? To be fair, I don't know. I didn't know. I don't like to know. I want to find out with you guys. This is my first time turning it on. I mean, I guess straightening the cables didn't really matter too much. All right, let's double check. 24 pins all in. 8 pins look good. That's going to be our 12-volt power for the CPU. Okay, we'll turn our system back on. Now I'm wondering, I'm going to go into a different HDMI port too, just because. Turn the system on here for a little bit. I got LED postcodes. It showed it posted. And I think it's just this. 1 second. Switch my cameras back around here on the inputs. Oh man, come on. Come on, capture card. What are you doing? Come on, capture card. Don't you do this. Oh, I could do this. Put you back. You just can't get no display on it. Okay. Okay. And then the system just shut off.
Oh,
Makes sense.
no.
Makes sense. Oh, man. Now I'm
Oh,
getting...
no.
Oh, whoa, did my... Hold on. Dude, did my NVIDIA stuff just freeze? Oh, my goodness. It did. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. I got mad. Look, I'm just like...
60% of the time.
Dang, bro.
Every time.
Okay, hold on. Here, we'll go back to this. We'll go back to this real quick. It's so funny. I honestly think it's the setup. It gets funky like this because I'm not pre-testing it. But it's always fun. Let me do. Dude, I thought I was doing. You know, I think I broke NVIDIA broadcast myself. I don't think that was them. I reinstalled it, by the way, and it seemed to be going pretty good. So that seemed to be going good. Well, let me reboot NVIDIA broadcast so I can at least get that figured out. We'll do some waffles and then we'll take a look. Oh, PC building. Am I right? Well, see, 1 sec. Technical difficulties. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, 1 sec. OBS present. Yeah, I know. Oh, OBS. It doesn't help that it crashed right before the stream loaded. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But I'm going to stop coming up with excuses. Because I like those. Dude, it's actually pretty good. I mean, I've been using it for like the entire time. We are in an ad break right now too, by the way, but I have used the NVIDIA broadcast for years. It's been solid for years. Certain stuff changes, just like our RGB software. Microsoft does something. It can get really kind of dumb. And I mean, yeah, everything's working there. But I don't know why I can't see. Hi, I'm here. Hi. What happened over there? See? Oh my gosh, I've never had this much of a problem. Dude, deactivate, activate. Aha! Okay. Hey, welcome. This is Mike in SLI. Okay. So we fixed that. That's good. All right. Now, next problem. Right? Next problem. System. Blame the devs. Ads over.
Hey, do motherboards still make 5 beeps if the RAM isn't seated properly?
It would. It would, but I would say that when I turned it on and did the first initial, there are little LEDs that are on there, like I was saying with the 4 LEDs, and it does look like it's going all the way through to post. So it could be related to how I have this set up. And that's kind of my bad. It happens sometimes. I've had it happen before in the past, just not all the time. We can turn this on, throw that up there. I don't know if it's going to kick on. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'll take a look at it and we'll get it ready for next week. But I'm not going to put liquid in it because I want to see what's going on with it first. I don't have another monitor in this room to plug it in like straight up. So that's a little hard for me at the moment. Actually, you know what? I can go get a monitor. Okay, hold on. Because I want to know. There's no way. I got to know, right? I'm not going to bed and waking up to find out, right? No one does that. So, okay. Okay, here we go. Let me go get a monitor from the other office. It'll just take me a couple minutes. I got to walk over there and I got to grab it. And then I'll set up just a straight up monitor and we'll connect it directly and see if that's just the issue. And then I'll figure out what's going on with OBS. All right. Be right back. And then we'll get to some waffles. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Be right back. All right. See if I can turn this around. That way we can all see. Kind of interesting when you have a little bit of a problem, eh? Okay. Here we go. We got this plugged in. Let's see what we got. What's it say? Where is it? It's still flashing. Still flashing white. No signal. All right. Well, I guess we have a mystery to solve. We have to find out. Wow, this is a first. I've never had it just not post. I've never had it just not post. What could it be? What could it be? Sometimes I just get too intrigued with what it could be. Liquid, you know, it's because there's no liquid in there, right? It said it broke. Did you not check the hardware prior? Well, it was in another build and it was working. And no, I don't. I don't check. I don't check anything. Does that kind of show a good track record, I guess? Because this is literally like the first time it's just not posted. I'm curious though why. I might want to just kind of slow down and just look at it after stream now. I don't want to break anything, you know. I know the card's fine. The weird thing is though is that the system posts through the 4 LEDs. So I can see it clearing CPU, RAM, or CPU, GPU, and memory, right? And going to post. Well, see, I just went DisplayPort on the cable too. Used a separate monitor, straight DisplayPort, and I'm not getting a signal out of it, even though the board's saying it's posting. The riser cable could be bad. It could be related to a lot of other things. We don't know. First monitor is integrated. Well, I'm not plugging anything into like the integrated graphics, so that more or less kind of nullifies that. I've used this board before too, so I know the board does work. And yeah, CPU would have onboard graphics, and that would be an idea to go, right? You could try onboard graphics, but then at the same time, if I'm getting it to clear through, then yeah, it's starting to point more at the GPU that the motherboard checked everything, but then I'm not getting the display out, right? So look at different headers on the board. You got to start troubleshooting, right? Start breaking it down, process of elimination. We'll see what's going on. Clear the CMOS. Hey, there's a good idea. You know what? Hey, let's take that advice. Let's take that advice here. Let's turn system off. Can I grab that right here? We'll do it old school. Pop the battery out. Turn the power off. Press the power button a billion times. We'll let that sit.
Somewhere, just a few feet away from the camera, there's a one-legged chippy laughing at you.
He sabotaged me, didn't he? It was Thermal Rob. Sabotaged me. He sabotaged me. Oh, look, it's still working. Good. Good. At least that's working. All right. Okay. Okay, our waffle has definitely ended. Let's see what's going on here. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to waffle? We're just gonna jump over to some waffles. I don't know, come back, we'll see what's going on. I'll spend a little more time on it afterwards, but I don't want to make you guys wait too much longer, so let's get it going.
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
We can always change it up, baby.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
I wonder what's up, though. I'm really going to be pissed if it's something simple. Trying to think, what else would not allow it to post? You know what I mean?
It's showtime.
Do it for Chippy. Chippy did this. I'm blaming Chippy already. Where is he? Where is he? He's right here. Look. Oh, no, he has his hands. That's just the G-force working too well. See? Both hands are there. Feet. Okay, he's good. He's good.
Mike.
Let's get into some waffles, baby. Let's go. Let's get into some waffles. All right. Okay. All right. Coming on with this. And hey, this is some practicality stuff. We're going to figure it out. We're going to find out. And then we're going to talk about it. Okay? So hold on. Let's get our waffles going on. Let's get it started, baby. Spin that waffle, boy. Let's go. Here we go with Matthew Lee. Matthew Lee, come on down over on YouTube. Congratulations, Matthew Lee. New winner? New waffler? We got a new waffler in here?
60%
Matthew
of the time,
Lee.
it works every time.
Congratulations. Matthew Lee, are you there? Matthew Lee, wheel, let's go. Spin it, he says. Let's go. Let's go. Good luck, Matthew. Good luck. Oh, nice, dude. Scoring some power. We might need a new power supply ourselves here, chat. But no, congratulations, Matthew, on winning your choice of a Thermaltake power supply up to 1,000 watts. You want to get that new 3.0 action with the Gen 5 cable. You got a variety of options there for us or from us here at thermaltakeusa.com. Feel free to browse and take a look, and it's your prize your way, man. Congratulations. Congratulations, more power. It's a good one. It's a good one. Dude, Matthew was right there on it. He's like, wee, spin it. I love it. I love it. All right. And joining Matthew with our waffle. Man, that was fast, right? Like sometimes it takes a while, man. But yeah, that's a big prize. That's a big prize, brood. Man. And you know, if you want just an extra power supply for backup, it's always a nice little backup plan. Sometimes you need a backup plan, am I right, chat? And joining Matthew, we have John UX. Come on down. Congratulations, John, over on Twitch. Over on Twitch. Congratulations, John. Let's go. Whoa. What's up, John? Congrats on winning the waffle, man. GG's. Let's go. Congrats, John. All right, baby. Come on, John. Woo woo. He says spin it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Big one. Big one. Big one. Big one. Oh, God. It almost. Oh. John, it was John. Oh, man. Almost. But hey, dude, still scoring some TT gear from us. This is a fun prize. One of our newer options that we have allows you, if you want a mouse, keyboard, headset, basically all our TT gear minus furniture. We got some fun little options for you. Of course, it is, you know, it is, of course, your prize your way. Let me know if you have any questions on that. And his name is John Jacob Jingleheimer. Dude, I don't know if I guess, yeah, Jingleheimer, that's a big word. It's a big word. No sim racing? No, sorry. I wish I could. I wish I could. But yeah, feel free to take a look, man. Congratulations on winning the waffle to both of you guys. Please make sure to shoot me a DM on Discord to confirm that you are a meat popsicle. And then if you guys have any questions, reach out, let me know. And of course, visit thermaltakeusa.com to select your prize. It just has to be in stock. And of course, both you guys have to be located within the US or Canada, or you get disqualified and we tell everybody next week that you cheated. All right? I'm just kidding. We won't tell them that you cheated, but good luck. What prize costs 325,000 tube tokens? A moderator for a day. You get a mod for an hour. All right? You get a moderator for an hour. All right. All right. Congratulations again, you guys. Don't forget to message me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Back on this. Back on this. I don't like backing down from a challenge, but at the same time, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. Let's go ahead. Let's put our battery back in. Oh, that was just my fan cables back there. Power's on. I mean, check our connections. Check all our connections. Can you see why I didn't want to? It's showtime. Well, that's funny. It pops up in the. Let me turn that off real quick. I kind of feel like it's that thing, but then when this did the same thing, I was actually kind of surprised. Let me just turn this so I can see a little bit too with what's going on. But man, these are the reasons why we dry test. These are the reasons why, because could you imagine if you filled the liquid in the system and we're stuck in this boat? At this point, with this troubleshooting, like for example, if this doesn't work, we're draining our system, aren't we? Because we're going to have to check some stuff. CPU block, make sure CPU, nothing particularly going on with that. Looking at my lighting. There's light number 2. See? Number 2. 3, and then it shuts off. Interesting. Could be a board. Light number 3. Light number 4. So usually when you get light number 4, you would get a screen. We have a solid connection here. And we're getting no signal popping up on the monitor. And that's cleared all 4. Okay. What's a good thing to do next? Let's pop a stick of memory out. Shut the system off, shut the power off. See how kind of, you know, get the juice out of there, right? Pull stick of memory out. This is brand new stuff. Oh. I have a heat spreader that's separated. That was interesting. Okay. Let's put this one in. Gen 5 cable's real close. Double checking. We're in slot 4, farthest away from CPU. Standard operation procedures. Fire it back up. Could be related. Could it just have a bad stick of RAM? You never know. It's fun to find out, though. It's fun to work through it. Let's work through it, chat. Let's see what's up. We got a solid white. We're on light 3. It's hard to see here. I'd show you. So it's hanging on 3, which is graphics, I believe. Cleared to post. Took a little bit longer. And then it shuts off. Wow, could be bad board of the box. Could be bad CPU. Bad stick of RAM. Could be a couple of things at the moment. Pops no signal on the monitor before it clears through. That's weird. And then it just powers off. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Pull the memory out. Let's swap to the other stick. This is what we got to work with, right? I mean, I can go get some more memory, but still. Any damage on it? Did I do anything wrong? No. Looks good. Just being careful because the cable's right there. Click, click. We're good. In. We got this. We put this to the side. You know. Process of elimination, chat. We reseated the GPU, checked our power connections. Now we're checking our RAM based off of the LEDs because it's doing something weird going after CPU. Man, that's small too. Okay. Hard to read from here. Okay. On. There's 2. Oh, sorry, monitor. There's 3. There's that. And we're getting no display on it. It's still on the 3rd light, though, when that pops up. And then it goes to 4, and then it shuts off. All right. Well, here's where breadboxing comes in. Here's where a lot of things come in. What do I do now? What's my next steps, right? How do I troubleshoot this? Well, one of the things that I'm going to say is I'm very thankful I didn't fill the tubing with liquid and just go straight forward. I do that a lot. Yes, I was trying to do some troubleshooting here with this. I didn't really sabotage the build at all, but it is all new stuff, and I never test anything beforehand. I like to find out with you guys what's going on, address the situation, find out the problem, find a solution, and then we'll talk about it. Now, do I have 2 bad RAM sticks? Probably not. Is the CPU good? We'll find out. I'll put it in another board and I'll test it because I have that option. Same with the motherboard. Could be the motherboard. A lot is kind of making me feel motherboard in my experience because the little postcode LEDs are not doing the normal that I'm used to seeing. We've cleared the CMOS on the board. So at this point, I'm pulling the motherboard out of the system and bread boxing it with like a stock air cooler, or even just leaving the water block on there. It wouldn't be much of a problem. And if I can get that part, put an air-cooled GPU in and test it, those are going to be some of the next steps that I'm going to take. Then, depending on what I get with that, or I just go get another motherboard and just swap it out and see if that was the problem. Could be a lot of different things, right? Do I feel like it's power supply? Not at the moment, because I'm not getting the power shut off scenario that I would experience with a bad cable connector or something like that. That to me seems like the power supply itself is working because it's turning back on. And one thing that I can mention too is that in this situation, because hey, I'd love to learn from this stuff, and I hope you guys take away from this. We'll find out why, right? But with the power supply, if there was a short, if there was something wrong where the cables were wrong, or like as we talked earlier, if you had sleeved cables and you custom sleeved them or somebody made them for you, you could start having some doubts that the pinouts could be wrong. And one thing that will really pinpoint that is that if the power supply had a short where a protection kicked in, it's not going to turn back on right away. It's going to wait. I'm going to have to literally unplug this power in order for that protection to reset, and it doesn't turn right back on. We didn't experience that. We were able to turn it right back on, right? So that really kind of just doesn't account for the power stuff in regards to that. So the graphics card, we can test it in another system, or we can test another graphics card in said system, and we could have a bad 4090. I hope not. I hope not. This is the 4090 that was in the C700 that we did the crazy build with. So I know that's been working. To be fair, like we've been having that system running and people have been playing games on it. So that's been actually pretty cool. And it was all water blocked already. So I'm pretty confident in that. So I'm looking at motherboard, CPU, as far as my two possibilities on this. Easy thing to trade out, but tough to RMA, if you can understand. Where else could we look at other problems? Well, really not lied to the fans. Pump's not even plugged in, so that's not a problem. And the liquid itself isn't really going anywhere either. Like, we don't have liquid in here. But again, like I said, trying to show a different way to dry test versus bread boxing and finding the problem at first, which I like to do, but I didn't do on this build, mostly because I didn't have all the parts at the time of when we started. Because when we started doing this, I didn't have everything to do that. And I was kind of just getting by with like, hey, we're going to put it together and do the build. So that's on me for not having all the parts and doing what I normally do. But at the same time, this is a good learning thing. We'll have to figure out what's going on with it. Could be related to the board, could be related to CPU. It could be a lot of things, right? But I have some good feelings on what it could be, and we'll have to see what's going on with it, right? If it's a Z690, did you firmware it before the 14900K? Yes, the CPU was already in the board and it was already tested from one of my techs. So I know the motherboard and the CPU was working at the time, but that doesn't mean that something could have happened in between then and now. I can't just write it off and say that that's just not it, right? But again, it's always fun in a way to kind of theorize what it could be, right? And figuring out what's going on. Power switch is stuck, so it shuts off. Interesting take. So if the power switch could be related to the case, we can bypass that, unplug the front panel connector off of said case, right? Great idea. Possibilities, right? We'll turn the power onto the power supply, but we now, see, right here, disconnected the front panel. Get my trusty screwdriver out. And we'll come right in here. Okay. Wait, I have it on, yeah? Yeah, it's on. was weird. It didn't want to hit. I almost thought I had it in the wrong spot. Jumpered now. Still plugged in. Let's see. To be fair, this is kind of fun for me, even though it kind of sucks. I think it's a good learning experience for a lot of people, though. I really hope it's not a bad 4090 and the display is just, it's not a display thing. We're posted, and it's staying on. But we didn't get display. And the weird thing is now, is you can see the signal's not catching. You know what I mean? Another indicator. Visuals, man, visuals. Okay. Weird. Oh, nothing's working. Why not? Let's see. I really hope it's not a bad 4090. I really do. Take the front panel header off. Yep, did that. What up? Good to see you. Yeah, we're having fun troubleshooting. I love it. Use slot 2A. And okay. Okay. That's a good point. Yeah, nothing looks funky on here. So now we're testing the other memory controller, right? Dual channel, different, trace issue, a lot of things it could be. Dude, that's weird. It's not just instant. That's really weird. Second light. Third light's blank. Then it lights up. Then we get that, no display. Then it moves to post. And now it's on post. But then we're not getting anything straight up. All right. Well. And then it's doing the same. So that right there kind of shows that switch-wise and everything, it could be something else related. Could be something, it's pointing at the board more at this point, sadly. You know, no offense, stuff happens. Stuff happens, right? What else could I test real quick? You try the integrated? I mean, I can, I don't like having to deal with it turning on, but hey. Bypass the graphics card. What can we test? What can we do, right? What can we do with what we got? Okay, so now, integrated graphics. I'm just going to plug the header back in. Okay. Power back on. Oh. It has 2 EPS. I got them both plugged in. It has 2 EPS. I got them both plugged in. We have a solid light on the board, on the monitor. It looks like same boat. It's like I got something, but not. Interesting. Interesting. The iGPU is defective. No. Could be a bad board. Could be a bad board. But it's weird because this board was tested before I got it. I'm not worried about the heat, by the way, guys. This thing is not, this stuff, it's not that hot, okay? It gets warm, but I don't have it on for a long time, you know? Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Update the BIOS. Well, see, the thing is that it's a 690 board. It has a 14th gen in it. It was pre-flashed, but I didn't do it. So it's not that I'm saying I don't trust this person, because I trust this person for years. But that was one of the reasons why I didn't breadbox it, because I was short for time and I needed stuff. Could have been something that I did, though, too. I ain't pointing the blame at anybody but me. Wonder what else, though, I could test right now. Interesting idea. Let's do this. Let's get in here. Let me unplug the Type-C. Let me unplug the USB 3. Let me start taking out all the other connections that don't matter to get the board to post. EPS is looking good. I triple checked it. So now we just have the 24 pin plugged in and the front panel and the EPS. That's it. Bare minimum, right? And we're in A2, by the way, on the memory. I was thinking about switching it back to B2, because that's usually where I go when I'm troubleshooting this, but we tried that and that didn't work. Light number 2. It's weird because light number 3 goes blank and then turns on, and I've never seen that. It always goes light to light. There's usually no on and off in between. Oh, I guess I would need to plug this in, huh? I guess I would need to plug that in. I think one of the interesting things is that I'm getting condensation in here because the little bit of water is heating up a little bit. All right. For the sake of troubleshooting and protecting our products, we're going to stop now. I don't want to troubleshoot it any further. I want to take a step back on it. I'm going to pull the board and we're going to breadbox test it, find out what's going on. We'll get it all fired up and ready for next week. Get our coolant testing on. We're going to kick off with our first batch of doing just our basic control. And then, of course, going forward, we'll get the coolant testing going on. All right? It is what it is sometimes, fam. We'll find out what's going on. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. I might have to reflash the BIOS. I might just swap the board out, and that could be it as well. I will tell you, the CPU is confidential. So I know it's not necessarily a retail CPU, but I've used confidential CPUs many times. So I'm not blaming anybody, right? Until we find out what's going on. I did the CMOS already. We cleared it. We got to find out what's going on. So stay tuned next week. We'll get everything set up. I think we'll be kicking off the stream a little differently than I planned, talking about who, what, when, where, and why that happened. Use it as a good educational thing for you guys, because, dude, it's a real world. Nothing's a guarantee. That's why I have so much fun doing this sometimes, because it's not a guarantee. But we'll have to see what's going on with it. And yeah, it's all Chippy's fault. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Chippy's fault. But we'll have to see what's going on. We'll have to figure out. But hey, look, NVIDIA broadcast is working. But if I get back over to back over here, let's see. Did you guys just, oh my God. Holy crap, dude. Okay, so we jumped up to almost 100 responses. We've almost doubled the voting. Oh my goodness. So olive oil is in the win right now at 32. Holy crap, what a change. Olive oil is in the win right now. We still got Slurpee up there with 30. Shampoo 27. Mouthwash taking the lead at 28. Oh man, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. We're going to have to see. Come on, toilet bowl cleaner. I know, right? It's at 22. Top six. Top six is going to take the win. We got mouthwash, shampoo, Slurpee, olive oil, and then what? Cough syrup at 25. Oh, no. Cough syrup is in a three-way tie with butter and pickle juice now. Oh, crap. Okay, so we're going to have to see, you guys, okay? Mouthwash up there, 28. Let's see. Get your votes in, guys. Get your votes in. Hopefully we have a functioning system by next week. I'll figure it out. I don't think it'll be that big a deal. You know what I mean? Oh, man. But all right, we're going to cut it off here. I'm going to take it back into the warehouse, back into my laboratory, and find out what's going on. Don't forget the mail-in votes. Dang it, I forgot about those mail-in votes. Ugh. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll have to check the mail. Maybe somebody, we get a letter tomorrow, something like that. Figure out what's going on. Oh, what a rough start today for the stream. But either way, we had some fun. We'll get everything set up. We'll get everything figured out. And we'll just go again next week, all right? We'll be recapping what happened, how we figured out what's going on, how we solved it, and then move forward with getting some of our first coolant testings going on next week. It's going to be a huge stream. We got 3 streams coming up with all coolant testing for your spooktacular October live streams here from Thermaltake Live. I hope you guys are excited as I am. We're going to have some fun. All right? Thank you guys so much. Sorry that it kind of ended weird. To be honest, I think this is the first time this has happened. I can't remember now. It's been a while. I know we've had some stuff that just didn't post, and usually it was just a onesie-twosie thing or something, but that one's kind of interesting, right? So we'll see what's going on, and we'll go forward, and I'll let you know. All right? You guys have a good one. Hey, we'll see you next time. Take it easy, everybody. Stay tuned, and everybody be safe out there with all the weather and everything. Take care, okay? Stay strong. We'll see you guys next week. Latest.